Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, but you guys know what time it is. We're going to be taking a look at the broader market as we are obviously in Sunday. The market once again has seen more of a pullback, and most importantly, if you have been paying attention to these updates, these very important level of 60K was broken below, and we did retest the exact target that we spoke about yesterday. So far, exactly what I have been projecting is really, happening. But let's take a look at what happens now, as we go to Monday morning, and of course, as this new week starts, because this is where, it's going to be really interesting to see how the broader market reacts to this, especially the traditional market. If we're going to hear some more news, how is the stock market going to react? But a lot of people are expecting that the stock market is going to see more downside. And as of now, Bitcoin is, having that fear, as I've discussed with you guys. We go into Monday morning, as we know, stock market doesn't run over the weekend, but as we go into Monday morning, the uncertainty levels and the fear is increasing in the crypto space. But let's take a look at what's happening. Before I do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So 19 hours ago, I asked you guys, will Bitcoin go lower due to the stock market? 850 votes have come in, about 46% saying not like 2020, and 54% are saying we are going lower. Let me know your personal thoughts down below. At this time, when I, ask you guys this, Bitcoin was sitting at around $61,000. So, Bitcoin is below that, but let's take a look at what's happening with the broader market. So whichever altcoin you hold right now, this is impacting you right now in the immediate short term. Looking at the dominance index is sitting, as of recording this update, at yearly highs. If not, it has already hit a yearly high right now as of recording this update, and this is causing altcoins to drop even further. And along with this, as Bitcoin dominance is reaching yearly highs, we're seeing Bitcoin price actually going down, and it's going down substantially, retesting that massive level of support at the 23.6 fib zone. And again, this is going to impact altcoins in a very negative way, and you could see this for yourself. Just look at it, especially over the last 1 week now. You're seeing pretty much a 30% drop for majority of the coins across the board. So again, if you look at it from accumulation point of view, this is a great time to be accumulating, because of course there's a lot of bloodbath across the board. You're getting some massive deals. We're still in a bull market, as I've said to you guys before. I don't think the bull market is over. I think this news, especially for Bitcoin, this move that we're seeing is solely because of the fear of the stock market. But let's take a look at what is happening with Bitcoin right now, because of course this will tell us what we could be expecting. So actually today, just a few hours ago, Bitcoin actually broke below the 23.6, but it did not last too long. Mainly you could pretty much say that this support that we were talking about, that at the 57,900 zone, did get retested, and we saw a little bit of a bounce from that. As I've said to you guys before, strong levels of support are usually where we do tend to see a little bit of a support, a little bit of a bounce. So this does not surprise me, especially if we look at it on the hourly time frame. You can see this much better. We saw Bitcoin actually dropping below. As soon as we dropped below the 60K support level, we saw a drop of Bitcoin of about 4%. And this is exact target that I have been speaking to you guys about over the course of the last few days, that this is that next target that we need to keep an eye out on if the price of Bitcoin is not able to close at that 60K. And will you look at that exact same support did play as a massive level. But if you're looking at the price of Bitcoin, of course, like I said, you saw a little bit of a bounce. We're seeing a $58,476 hold. But what's really important right now that I want you guys to understand is it's you pretty much look at the 23.6 as like the last life support in a way. But if this does not hold, and especially in the next, I would say, 7 hours, because that's when the daily candle closes. If this does not hold, I do project we do see Bitcoin falling down to that 53K mark. I think it's looking more likely than ever. And if you want to put that into perspective, that's an additional move of about 8.58%. And I think that is something that we could see in the upcoming days, very near future. considering the amount of uncertainty there is for the market. You might see a little bit of a fake out, a little bit of a bounce, potentially even going up to 60K. I would not be surprised at that. But mainly I do project that you do see Bitcoin dropping lower because, there's still a lot of fear across the board, especially with traditional markets. A lot of stocks are being hit quite substantially, and there's a lot of fear right now. So I'm going to be looking to see what the Feds do to this, because again, there's so much fear right now, kind of reminding me of 2020, when the pandemic crash happened. But Feds came and started injecting trillions, literally trillions of dollars into the stock market, if you remember. So are we going to see that happen again? And most importantly, how is the price of Bitcoin going to react this time around? That is what I really want to see. Of course, right now, I told you guys this before in my update, that people are reminiscing. People remember what happened last time, when the stock market saw a bloodbath like this. Bitcoin did not have a good time. Bitcoin crashed big time, if you remember. But so a lot of people are thinking that Bitcoin is going to go through the same phase. But this time around, remember, we are seeing institutional interest, we're seeing government interest, we're seeing ETFs. So it's a total different time for Bitcoin, as to what it was back then. So we are going to see how Bitcoin reacts. So far, it's reacting like I would like it to. I personally think, as I've said to you guys in the previous update, that if that news about that 2.9 trillion came out, we would have seen Bitcoin crash right then and there, and quite sharply. But to be honest with you, Bitcoin is holding much better than anticipated, which is of course really nice to see. So really, really important for the price of Bitcoin to hold around here. But if this is not able to hold, as I've said to you guys before, there is a strong chance that we do retest 56,370. That's not a major support. Main support, I would say, is around the 53K mark, 53,400 to be exact. And I think that could be something that is next. So what is that going to do to altcoins? Altcoins are going to go down even more. And if dominance continues to go up, if dominance starts retesting 60%, if there's massive fear, that's why I've been saying to you guys constantly, tomorrow and this next week is going to be very, very interesting to see how the market reacts. Like, extremely interesting. So, be cautious. And if you locked some profits in over the course of the last week, give yourself a pat on the back, because at the end of the day, you want to be locking in profits. You don't want to get greedy. You don't want to listen to the troll comments saying, oh, you're crazy for locking in profits. And I've been saying that on a day-to-day basis to my viewers, and that's a continuous reminder to always do that. But let me know down below what you guys personally think. I think we do see Bitcoin price going lower if it doesn't hold around these levels. But I want to know from you guys what your personal projections are. What are you doing right now? Are you accumulating? Are you just sitting on the sidelines? That's what I know from you guys in the comments. And yeah, love each and every one of you guys. Stay safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.